My name is Kristen Louis Martinez, and I am the outgoing lead instructional faculty ambassador for GPS. The incoming lead instructional faculty ambassador is Gregory Brookins from the business department, who is here with us today. We also have our new ambassadors with us. We have Joan Lee, who is from general counseling, Clay Barham from English, and I don't know, I think that's who we have here with us, but in spirit. Oh,
Brian,
we have who? Oh, and Brian wrote us for math. Sorry. Oh gosh. I know you, Brian. Everyone knows you. And then Michael Rocchio from the art department. And last but not least, we have Lori Williams, who is our lead counseling faculty ambassador. So hello, everybody. And another last but not least, Stacy Jones, our amazing implementation lead. And also Jose Q, who is the outgoing lead counseling ambassador. So it's there's a lot of us here today. So what we wanted to do is provide you with the resources for learning different aspects of the GPS system so that you can use it to better support your students, and just give you a quick demo as well. So as a reminder, the system allows instructors to raise kudos, flags, and referrals. Kudos are those great messages that instructors can send to students to acknowledge what they are doing in the class, give them props for doing well. And flags, I love flags because it helps me start conversations with students. So maybe a student is missing a class or two, I can start that conversation, say, hey, I noticed you've been missing class. Just wanted to make sure everything was okay. Let's meet and get back on track. And the next item we can raise are referrals. So if we need to connect students to services on campus, we can raise a referral to get the student in contact with a counselor or financial aid, other services on campus. So the benefits of GPS, well, here's one of the benefits we saw from last year, persistence. So GPS, gateway to persistence and success. So from fall 2020 to spring 2021, the persistence of students differed based on whether or not the student used the system. So maybe the student raised a flag for themselves or a referral, or an instructor used item with the student. So 92% of the students who used GPS persisted, while 66% of students who did not use GPS persisted into the spring 2021 semester. And just in case you missed it, and I certainly forgot, is we created new flags and referrals for the SMC instructors. And this is also a great reminder that we are taking in your feedback, we are listening to you, and we can tailor the system to the needs of SMC students and instructors and counselors. So two of the flags are the basic needs flag and the wellness support flag. These are flags that give students information about the different services on campus regarding food, housing, or financial insecurities, and also the different psychological services that SMC provides, respectively. The wellness flag does not replace a care and prevention team report, a CPT report. So if there is an emergency, we urge you to use the CPT report on SMC's care and prevention team website. And I'm going to just drop a link to that in the chat right now. So that's the location where you can raise a report. But if you see a student who is going through a rough time and could benefit from talking to one of our psychological counselors, you can give them, you can raise this flag for them. Really exciting, the Chromebook loan referral. So if you have students at the beginning of the semester who have need for a Chromebook or some sort of technology, you can just go into GPS and with a few clicks, send a referral to the bookstore. So I don't know if about you, but I had several students who needed a Chromebook last semester. I had to go into my email client, type the student's name, look up all their information. You don't need to do that if you use GPS. Just a few clicks, GPS has all of that information and it'll send it to the bookstore. All right, so the appointment system. I totally forgot we had implemented this in fall 2020. That's how crazy this whole year and a half has been. So this was implemented fall 2020. And what's great is through GPS, you can set up appointments for your office hours. So students can select a time during your office hours to come in and talk with you. And that appointment goes right to your Outlook calendar. I don't know about you. I used to be allergic to my Outlook calendar. I didn't use it a lot. But then once we went remote and we had Zoom meeting after Zoom meeting after Zoom meeting, Outlook calendar became vital for me to know what I was even doing for the day. And what's nice is if a student's making an appointment, I know to expect that student and or multiple students. So you can have individual appointments or you can have group sessions. And I know for some instructors, they got even more students attending their office hours because the students could look through GPS at when the office hours were occurring and when the instructor was available. And that is the brief slideshow we have. Stacy.
All right, my turn. So you'll recognize this famous face we have over here. Anyway, she keeps giggling. So we just wanted to show you, we reached out to some faculty in counseling that have been using the system for a little while, and we've asked them to let us know how they feel about it. And I'm going to share my sound and hopefully this works out. So go ahead and take a look at one of our promotional videos we have.
Here's Brian Rodas and Jose Q to tell you a little bit more about why you should use GPS.
Some faculty members are a bit hesitant because they're like, okay, I don't need to learn this brand new system and I gotta go to some training and I gotta learn, and this is more stuff that I've got to try and figure out, and it's supposed to help the students, and I have my own way of helping the students out. Well, it's like the evidence is showing that you can never help a student out too much. Number one. And number two, the evidence is showing that this system really and truly does work. Students are appreciative of this. So I tell that faculty member, you won't know how good it is until you actually try it.
I want to encourage both my instructional and counseling colleagues to use GPS for many reasons, but primarily is that it helps improve communication with students, instructional faculty, and counseling faculty. Students love receiving kudos. Faculty can use flags to reach out to students for one-on-one communications about class progress, and when applicable, refer students to counseling and tutoring. Even students can reach out to counseling for support. So by improving communication, GPS can really improve student success at SMC.
Thanks, Brian and Jose. Now, here's Keith Kurtz to tell you a little bit more about kudos, flags, and referrals.
The biggest challenge for me is keeping my students engaged. You would think that our fascinating curriculum would be enough, right? Not always. I'm using every tool that I can think of, and GPS is an important part of the mix. If you have not tried GPS yet, I strongly suggest that you do. I've found it to be effective and efficient. The best place to start is with the surveys. They're fast and easy. Students love the kudos. I use flags to help me track students who are falling behind and, on occasion, even send referrals. The referrals, by the way, both psychological and academic work, Our counseling staff picks these up quickly, takes action, and posts notes in the GPS so I can see what's going on. So give it a shot. I'm sure glad that I did.
Great information, Keith. Next, we have Kristen Louis Martinez to talk about office hours.
I like using the appointment system in GPS because when my students select an appointment time, the time goes right into my Outlook calendar. I can set up in GPS different time periods to meet with students, and the students can pick 15-minute slots or 30-minute slots, whichever I choose. And the appointment can be individual, or if they want, the students can also invite their classmates to join them.
Thanks, Kristen. Next up, we have Elisa Meyer and Dr. Lori Williams talking about how GPS helps our students.
GPS helps students in a variety of ways. One of the reasons why I like it so much is that students are connected to both faculty and student services. This can be really important because oftentimes students end up running around telling their story and what they need to several groups of people. So having everyone in the same conversation is super helpful. And it just keeps students from having to waste time saying the same thing over and over again. And the other thing that I really like about it is that it helps the institution collect data so that future services can be more specific to students' needs. And this is particularly important as the college works towards its goal to close racial equity gaps.
What would you say to your colleagues who are hesitant about using GPS? I would say give it a chance. You can't really come to a conclusion about how effective or how helpful it may or may not be without giving it a try. I know I'm biased because I've been working with GPS for about a year now, but it's so much more useful than I ever anticipated it could be. In fact, I've gotten a lot of feedback from instructors that I've worked with that were a bit more apprehensive about using GPS at first, but once they saw that counselors are actually reaching out and looping them in on what's going on, they've become some of our biggest advocates. I think instructors like knowing that when they send a referral, it's not going to be some big mystery and they will get an update once it's closed. I think they appreciate that.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video about GPS, a platform that we believe can help close equity gaps at Santa Monica College. If you haven't done so already, we hope you will take the time to use the platform. Please visit smc.edu/GPS to get started.
All right. So like in the comments, the first person that talked sold me on GPS. So if you aren't using it, please start doing so. We are seeing some amazing responses from students and our fellow colleagues that are really impressed with how this is supporting the students. And the students are really pleased with the interactions they're being able to have, especially in this weird time that we're in. Next, if you haven't done so already, we're going to go over just a really quick video on how to set up your profile. I do want to really hone in on making sure you change your default landing page, especially for you faculty, because it makes it 10 times easier when you log into GPS if you can see your students. It's less clicks. So now we're going to go ahead and watch a really short video on how to set up your profile.
And while Stacey is setting that up, I just wanted to let everyone know we're showing these videos because if we go into the system, for example, later in the session, I'll go into the system and show you the student homepage, but then you're seeing my students and we can't have that recorded. So stick around, you can ask questions. I can show you how to raise items specifically on a student. We just cannot record the student's information.
All right, thank you for that. Okay.
First, we will talk about logging into SMC GPS using the SMC website. Next, we will cover how to create your profile and what to include on your profile. In the same section, I will show you how to select a landing page so that when you log into SMC GPS, you can get right to your students and get the work done to support your students. To end part one,
I will show you how to manage your email notifications when you're being asked to help a student. There are 2 ways to log in. On the new website, go to the main login button and click on GPS. Or you can go to our SMC website at www.smc.edu/GPS. Scroll down the page and click on Log into SMC GPS. On the page that pops up, please enter your usual login credentials that you use for WebISIS or for your email. When logging in for the first time, you will see the default landing page for SMC GPS. You might have already changed this default, but here's a refresher on how to change that landing page as part of this training. We want you to get to the students that have been assigned to you with as few clicks as possible, and changing your landing page will help you accomplish this. At the top of the page, to the left of where it says GPS, you will see 3 parallel lines, or what we call the hamburger. Please click on the hamburger. Your name will appear, and to the right of your name is a down arrow. Please click on the down arrow. Then click on Institutional Profile. The very first thing we want to do is change the login page. For counseling and admins, I recommend clicking on the down arrow to the right side of the login page box and scrolling down and selecting Students Tracking. This will readily let you see which students have been assigned to you, which I will talk about in a later training. For teaching faculty, I recommend you choose Students My Students. You can choose a different login page if you'd like, but these are the ones I recommend simply for speed and convenience. And since I'm a counselor, I'm going to leave it on Students Tracking. Next, please make sure you put the program or programs where you work at SMC. This is super important. For those of you who work in multiple programs, you can list more than one. Next is your contact information. All of this information will be viewable by the students, so please don't include any personal information, like your cell phone number. Keep it as simple as possible. Then, please be sure to upload a picture of yourself or another picture that you feel best represents you. If you scroll down, the next 2 boxes you are asked to fill in are General Overview and My Biography. Whatever you write in these boxes will also be viewable to the students. As you can see, I've kept my entries very simple. We are now done on this page. So on the right side of the screen, at either the top or the bottom, click Submit, and all of the information will be saved. Click OK in the box that comes up after you hit the Submit button. For the last part of this training,
all right, so we're going to stop the video share right now because Kristen's actually going to give us a live overview of how to set up your appointment and notifications.
All right, thanks, Stacy. So I have it just on the boring homepage, so you don't see my students, all right? But I do recommend what Lori said in the video, which is changing your homepage to either Students Tracking if you're a counselor or Students My Students if you're an instructor. So what I'm going to do is I've clicked on, I did really fast, I'm going to back up. I'm going to click on the 3 horizontal bars in the left corner, and I'm going to go to my appointment preferences. And I did that by clicking that down arrow next to my name. But this is also going to bring me to that edit profile page. So at the top here, you can see the 3 different tabs. And we just saw a video about editing the profile. Since that video was created, Starfish, which is a proprietary name of the software, they updated this this page a bit, but it's all the same stuff. So here you can see I can change my preferred login page when I first come in, and then my contact information. I don't have a personal email down or phone number because that's not what I want my students to have at this time. And I filled all this stuff out because they look at that. So believe it or not, the students will look at it. Anyway, my job was to show you appointment preferences, and this is what you'll want to do before setting up your appointments in your calendar. So here you can select the minimum appointment length, and then a deadline for which the students need to, or by which students need to select a time to come in to you. So I personally just do no deadline because that's kind of how I roll. And then GPS calendar sync. So this just emails me appointment changes, just lets me know, right, what's happening. Here's the important part. So you need to add a location. And for me, what I do is I add the Zoom link for my office hour. So this is sort of similar to if you were setting it up in Confer Now, if you wanted them to go to a specific link. So I'm just going to say this is online for this new location, and I'm going to call this the Zoom link for Tuesday, Thursday office hours. And then instructions. Is that the location name I wanted to put? Stacy, what am I doing? Oh yeah, and then instructions. I know I'm doing Stacy, I got it. This is the actual Zoom link. So click or copy and paste the link to enter office hours.
And the reason why Kristen's setting this up is because the next tutorial that she'll show you live is actually scheduling, putting appointments on your appointment calendar. And what happens is if you build this early, it allows you then when you go to make the appointment just to grab a, hey, I want them to come in on the Monday, Wednesday, the Tuesday, Thursday, and it's already set up for you.
All right, great. Did you want me to show more? Or I also clicked save changes.
Always click save changes.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to do. So, all right. So next, we're just going to go over raising an actual item on a student. So if you haven't done so or need to just familiarize yourself with that, we're going to show you how you can actually raise a kudos, a flag, or a referral from a student on a student. So one moment, and let me share my screen.
Hello, we're going to go over how to raise and resolve items. All items are raised the same way. Click on the student or students, and then click on flags, kudos, or referrals. Here I'm going to go over how to raise a referral. Once you selected the student or students, and then select the item you wish to raise, you would then select the item reason. You would then select the course the item is for and add any comments you wish. A reminder that the comments will be seen by the student, so please add equity-minded comments and save. An email will go out to the student, and in the case of a referral, counseling. Someone from the counseling department will reach out to the student and close the loop. For flags, we ask that the instructor resolve this item. You will click on the Flags, Referrals, To-Dos, or Kudos tab, and then click on the student's names and hit Resolve. A box will appear and allows you to clear the flags. Select the reason the item is being cleared and add comments if you wish. If you are clearing multiple flags and add comments, this comment will go to all students. Please be aware of your messaging when commenting to multiple students. There are several ways to use this system, and I've showed you one of few. Once you get into the system, you might find processes you like better. feel free to play around with the different options of the system and see what it has to offer. The kudos flags and referrals and email messaging were created over the last year by the implementation team with input from faculty, staff, and institutional research. These messages can and should evolve as the system grows.
All right. And I know, don't be jealous of the amazing voiceover that that person did, because I know it was.
Is someone
amazing.
messing with the Wi-Fi?
I can't stream my meeting either.
I can't connect to anything.
So, sorry. So Kristen's now going to go over actually how to set up appointments in the GPS system, which will allow those of you who want to use this for your upcoming semester. We also, I put in the chat the smc.edu/GPS website. We have a very short, like 2-minute tutorial on how to do exactly what Kristen's doing for us as well.
All right. So again, I'm at the boring homepage. This is not the one I usually look at. But actually from this, you can create your office hours. There's a button here for that, and you can create an appointment or a group session if you want. But what I'm going to do is show you also that in that menu next to the GPS icon, you can click on appointments here. And this brings you to a week agenda or a day agenda. I had previously created group sessions, and I'm sorry, Stacy, I had declined it, so now I can't edit them. But it's fine because I'm going to create office hours right now, and I will show you how to edit them afterwards. I was like, oh, I don't need these anymore, but I didn't do the presentation yet. So, so I'm just going to call these, even though they will be on Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to call these Tuesday, Thursday office hours. Tuesday and Thursday, and these are going to be at 2 p.m. Oops, I put 2 a.m. Let me go back. Did it on purpose, yeah? No? Yeah? Just like teaching? Okay, and then 3 p.m. So previously I had created the location, so now I can select it. If I didn't create the location before, I wouldn't be able to select where. So that's why we did it in that particular order. I have scheduled in walk-ins. I'm fine with people walking in on me, but if you want it to be, because maybe you're having a private chat with a student, right? And then other sessions you could create as group sessions. So students are going in knowing it's with a group of students. So if you want these to be private, you can just have it be a scheduled appointment only. And we can change that appointment type, instructor, and now I can add additional instructions. So maybe actually I see that I put a YouTube link there instead of a Zoom link.
It's been a long day.
I don't know what's happening anymore. So I have some instructions already pre-made. So I'm just putting those in for instructions. There's a separate tab for a start and end date. So if these are the office hours you're holding throughout the semester, you can just have it end at the end of the term. Otherwise, in your Outlook calendar, you'll have perpetual office hours. So highly recommend that you end them at the end of the term, or you could also do a specific date. So I know the end of the term is after finals week is over, and I'm not having office hours after finals week. So I know that my last Thursday office hour is going to be December 9th, and then I'll hold special finals week office hours. So instead of saying save or okay, you want to hit submit. All right, time has already passed. I just heard an email ding, which is my Outlook calendar telling me that I have a new event in my calendar. So if I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, you know what? these times, I talk to my students, these times don't really work for them, I can go back and click on edit. So I'm just going to do this one more time. I'm hovering over this little clock icon and I can edit. So I can go back and edit all of the options I had for this appointment. John, I see your hand is up.
I was just gonna say, John has a question.
It's true. Well, I was frustrated the last 2 semesters trying to use GPS for office hours because I was not getting integration with my calendar. And so I'm following along on my GPS page, setting up my profile, and it says that my Outlook calendar can't sync because says this feature cannot be enabled because your institution email account is not located on the Exchange server.
Kristen, can you go back into the profile real quick? And go into the appointment preferences. So scroll down just a little bit for me. So keep going a little more. Okay, so when you're setting up the original, don't click that box. So because it's saying
you can't.
The system already links automatically. John, I can definitely have IT look into seeing what's going on with you because this is the first we're hearing of it. So I appreciate you letting us know. I will reach out to IT and see what's going on with your Outlook account. And if anyone else is having that issue, please reach out to the gps@smc.edu website. Sorry, email account. And we'll look into seeing why, because the system's already automatically linked to everyone's work email account. So there must be something going on. So I will check this out for you, John.
Thanks. I mean, it's very possible I screwed something up. In fact, it's probably likely, but I couldn't find a solution.
We will figure out the answer one way or the other.
We're going to fix it for you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any other questions? To the next week.
Can you do this through Canvas?
So it does not sync with the Canvas calendar. So I'm in my Canvas sandbox, one of many. And oh no, I'm sure I messed up.
Okay. No, it's totally fine. It happens.
So while you can access GPS through Canvas, it doesn't connect with the calendar that is within Canvas. And I don't know if that was what your question was related to.
I usually do my office hours through Confer Now, and it'll see those, or I would have to sort of get the Zoom information from Confer Now and then stick that in as information for locations.
Yeah, so you could do that. If you've already have your system set up with Confer Now, you're used to that process. I just suggest continuing with that process. Yeah. You know, GPS is a good option for when we're back in person and on ground. Or if you haven't had that system set up with Confer Now, you can do this like I am with my Zoom office hours. But if you already have everything set up with Confer Now, because I think students can select appointment times with that system, right? By all means, just continue with it. But when we go back in person, GPS will still be here. This is a great way to set up those in-person appointments.
Thank you. That's a good point. I forgot that at some point we will be going back to.
I'm hopeful, Kyle. So I'm just trying to keep it upbeat.
Thank you for that question. Yeah. And that's actually a really good point that I do want to point out. We know you are all amazing faculty that are always here to support your students, and we appreciate that immensely. And we know this is just one more thing that it feels like the school is asking you to do, and that we're asking you to do, and I'm personally begging you to do. Just kidding. What I want to say though is we are getting such good feedback that even if you do just one thing for us, do the progress survey. Raise either positive reinforcements and kudos, or raise those flags and referrals for students, and just let us know how we're doing. Because in the end, what we are doing is we are actually gathering all of this data to see when your students start to struggle, when they're starting to feel those extra pulls that are taking them away from being able to focus on your class. And we as an institution then want to build in better supports to keep those students in your seats and being successful while we're supporting you, the faculty members. So that's really what we're using this GPS system for. So at minimum, if you could do the progress surveys for us, you can always raise an item. If you're not happy with the progress survey timeframes, you can always go in and raise an individual item on any students or all of your students. But at minimum, we do ask and hope that you're able to do the progress surveys because they really are a quick snapshot on letting us know how your students are doing so we can reach out and support them if they need it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to show one last video because this is something that we've really never done for the faculty. Is we're going to actually show you the student view and what it looks like on the student side and what they can do. So I have a little short video to let you see that. And I'm going to.
You can find GPS by going to smc.edu. Once you're on the main page, find Login and go to GPS. There it will take you to enter your username and password for SMC and log in. Once logged in, you will see your Success Network. This page shows you your connections you have on campus, including your instructors for the current term, as well as special programs you might have ties to on campus, like Black Legions, EOPS, Scholars, just to name a few.
And I'm going to pause this real quick. We had to blur this out for personal information, including all of our faculty. So a student will individually see who's teaching their classes that semester. And if they have a tie to a special program on campus, the counselors that they're tied to as well. So your names and your profiles will show up. So when Kristen showed you how to set up your profile, if you can also add a picture, we would love that. It does not have to be physically of you, because myself, I hate my photos being shown. It's just who I am. So, but something that represents you, represents your program, represents what your feelings are about, you know, supporting your students, whatever you want that represents you, because the student will see that. And a student can click on your name and email you. If you put a phone number there, they could call you. And this is also where they will schedule their appointments if you do use the appointment making system.
Below your connections, you'll see your services. These are different services we have on campus to support you. If the service has it available, you can schedule a meeting with them or contact them via phone or email. At the top left-hand corner, you'll see 3 lines. This opens up the table of contents. By clicking on your name, you can update your profile and your email notifications. On the profile, you should update your picture that best represents you and add a cell number to get text messages if you'd like. Down below, the dashboard gives you an overview of the items raised and notifications you might have. Upcoming shows you any appointments that you have coming up, and this is also where you can cancel them. You can just click on the 3 dots on the bottom right-hand corner and hit cancel appointment. You'll enter in why you're canceling the appointment and then hit cancel it. Plans is where you'll see if your instructor or any student services has set up a plan for you to follow. Courses shows you a list of your classes you are currently in or have taken in the past. It's basically an unofficial transcript of your SNC academic record at our school. And finally, raise your hand. Raise your hand allows you to get support and help on campus. This includes receiving support from academic, financial, and career counseling. You can also raise your hand regarding childcare needs, basic needs, and wellness support, just to name a few. Once you choose an item, make sure that you add a tie to your course if it's relevant, and indicate what information you're requesting from this department, and then hit submit. Please make sure that you submit every time. Don't forget to log into GPS and get started. And I want to thank you for viewing this video.
All right. So that is our last torturous video, I promise.
So Stacey, how can instructors direct students to that video?
We are going to have it on the GPS website, and our new amazing ambassadors are going to actually send out a welcome email in the next week, and that will be attached to the welcome email as well.
Okay, fantastic.
And there is a question that was brought up, Deuce, and I believe, and Brian, please clarify if I'm getting this wrong, but the question, does GPS share text message numbers with students? So if when you're setting up your profile, if Brian, you're speaking of when you're setting up your profile, if you put in any personal information in your profile, it will show on the student's page. So do not put your cell phone number or personal home numbers or anything like that. But if you do have your office number, and if you are teaching on campus this semester a couple times and think you're going to be in your office, you could leave your office number and those type of things. But any information you put on that, a student would physically be able to see you, your profile, and whatever information you put on there. So right now, as an instructor, the only thing that's there is your name and your personal SMC email account. That's the only thing that shows unless you add something yourself.
So Brian has a clarifying question, I guess. Signing up for the notifications doesn't share the number.
Sorry, I heard you could sign up to receive notifications. That's just from yes to me. It doesn't share the number with students directly. Is that right?
Correct.
That's just for the students.
Yeah, the notifications are. Yeah, that's just for the students.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I missed that.
So students can enter a cell phone number, and they can also receive text messages that basically notify them that an item's been raised in the GPS system.
So Keith has a question for us. Keith, what do you got?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I was following your directions. So I was trying to set my office hours up in my class that I start on Monday, and I added it, but I'm a finance person, so I want to double check that I did it right, and I don't know where to find it. So I put Monday, Tuesdays from 1 p.m. to 2:40. So when I go back to office hours, it says add office hours. How do I know that where does it show up that,
it's happened?
It happened. Right. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
So under appointments, they start the day at 12 a.m., which is super convenient. So on the week view,
Can I stop you right there? So
sure.
When I hit appointment so I have to go through the student view, because when I hit appointment now, it's making me add appointments again. I'm not seeing that calendar. So what am I doing wrong?
So are you doing it from this page and you're hitting it plus appointment?
No,
Okay.
I'm
Are
doing
you
it
doing
from
appointment or office hours?
office hours.
Okay. And from what page are you doing it?
I'm in Canvas.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start all over again. I hit GPS.
Perfect.
Okay, and I'm up and it says office hours appointment group session like you have right there. Okay.
Mhm.
So I'll hit office hours and it goes to add office hours.
Fantastic.
But I don't want to I already did it. Already added it.
Did you hit submit
Yes.
after you did it?
Yes.
So
Great.
on that screen, you'll have to go into the appointment.
So
Yeah.
I'm back. Do you see where I'm back at?
Yes.
And then you can click on the 3 bars and it brings up this menu and then you click on appointments.
Let me see. 3 bars, go to appointments.
And again, it starts the day at 12 a.m. because that's when we're all awake. And then you just scroll down. And then hopefully, and also the week. So it's currently on the week of August 22nd for me. So I'm going to actually click on the far right. There's a arrow to go to the next week. And then I can see the office hours I had set up.
I'm there. Oh, pronto. Chemo. Thank you.
No, that was great. It was a great way to slow down, look through the system again. It was a great
What I was
reminder.
doing, I wasn't scrolling all the way down.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay, I'm done right now. You guys help me. That's all I can do today. That's it. My brain hurt. I got
nap time.
Thank you.
So,
Hercules.
And that's actually a good point that, you know, the ambassadors are here to help. You can email us at the gps@smc.edu website, and we are more than happy to set up on one-on-one tutorials, you know, and to be honest, I have only sat in one that took longer to set up, more than 10 to 15 minutes. And that's including setting up your profile, getting your appointments set up. So reach out to us. We are more than happy to jump on a call with you or do, the ambassadors will have some trainings coming up around the progress survey time on how to set up your appointments and do all these things and complete your progress surveys. So you either come to one of the trainings and you can ask your questions, or if you run into something like Keith just did, email us. We'll jump on a call with you and we'll get it hashed out what we need to do.
I wanted to say thank you to the GPS team. I mean, as you can tell, I'm not a subject matter expert, but last year, I think it was you, Kristen. I think we talked, or someone else, but I did use the, you know, when a student was in trouble. And I mean, you guys were wonderful, and it's a wonderful tool. I mean, once I get to navigate it, you know, like click down. But anyway, I'll catch that later. But no, I mean, I really want to, at first, I mean, when I saw GPS, another thing that you guys are throwing at us, that's how a lot of faculty feel, you know, here's something else, you know, with Pronto and GPS and Tonto, whatever. And it's just a lot of things, right? But this is really helpful because I had some students they needed referrals, and fabulous. I want to say thank you. So now I want to add the office hours, and I think I got it, but I'll call you. But it's a great tool. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you so much for trying it out on top of all the million other things we've asked you to try out. So we really appreciate you putting the time into it. Any other questions for us? And if you want to see an item being raised, we're more than happy to do that, but we will stop the recording. Yeah.
I'd like to take the time to thank our outgoing team here, Kristen, Jose, Stacy, all the work that you guys have put in to help us in terms of get up to speed. And so we hope that you guys will give us some grace as we try to get up to their level, but they have done a wonderful job of getting us and then the new team there. And please feel free to reach out to us because we will get on the line with you, and the things that we don't know, we'll find the answers for.
Great. Thanks, Greg. It's nice.
And I think Michael did come on the line. I don't think we saw him we were wondering.
Oh yeah, Michael.
Michael is also part of the team as well.
Michael's going to be the expert on the appointments.
Yes.
Yes. Don't fly beneath the radar. Very cool. All right, thank you.
I had to pick my kid up from school. I was a little late. That's why.
Oh yeah,
No
of course.
worries. Oh, that's no excuse. Chauffeur to the kids. John, I just sent you a private chat. I want you to check your Outlook calendar.
And Aaron has a message that he's getting an unexpected error when he makes the office hour.
What error are you getting, Aaron?
Can you mic up? And I know we're almost at our hour too, so our time, but Aaron, can you hear us?
Yeah, when I press submit, it just says unexpected error. I was gonna try to share my screen, but I don't think I can.
Oh,
We can make it happen.
can we?
Try this.
Oh, worked.
Okay. Go for it.
So I just copied my Zoom link in here. I don't know if that was illegal. Maybe that's what's making it not work. But I copied my Zoom link, put it here. This is everything. I press submit. It just says unexpected error.
So what it's wanting you to do, remember Kristen did in her profile, she had to add her Zoom link information in that.
Okay.
That's where, so you're going to need to go back to the hamburger and go to your name and then appointment preferences.
Yeah.
And then where it says location down towards the bottom.
Tell me
And I
when to
want to
stop.
thank everyone's time. So add a location and you'll put the
Oh.
information there.
Okay.
And then what will happen is once you go back in to update that, you'll see this information on that page and you'll just be able to check it off.
Okay. So I just put, what do I put here? Like online or something?
Yeah.
No,
whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
No, I thought he had to put the actual link there, Stacy.
Oh, that's the location name. I apologize. Yes.
So you want to put the location name there, the link that you previously had for CC Confer.
Oh.
And then on top of that, where location type, you might want to change that to either office or online.
And also location name, what I put is just the Tuesday, Thursday Zoom link, if you're doing a Zoom link. And then I put the Zoom link in the instructions. Or
Yeah,
maybe you could
what I
flip
thought.
it. Yeah.
I would flip it.
Oh, you want me to change it?
Yeah, so Kristen's right. Put the Zoom link in the instructions. I apologize. And then in the location time, you can put, Kristen put Tuesday, Thursday, office hours.
Oh, like
there
that.
you go.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
now, and so you can do that. And then when you go in to do your profile, go into appointments.
Okay, let's see. And then
And
that's
go-
when I go here.
Office. And
Did
see,
I-
now it's showing and you'll be able to check that.
Oh, wow. So just put like Monday, Wednesday, office hours like that. Okay. All right. Okay. Got it. Now it'll work. Thank you.
I'm hoping it will.
Yeah, I know. And you have to do a minimum of 15 and then max hour, right? That's what you do like that?
So yeah,
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
You can make them come in for a whole hour if you want.
And
Okay.
unfortunately, the minimum is 15 minutes. And when you give that range, the student then will have the opportunity to say, I want to see you for 15 minutes, half hour, 45 minutes, an hour.
Okay, fall.
Now we want to see if it works.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
Success.
What a weird error, Stacey.
Where is it?
Yeah, it's a silly thing that you have to set it up in your profile first.
Go to next week because we're still on the week of the 22nd. So move to the following week and you should be able to see it.
Yeah, so scroll down.
Oh,
hey.
There you go.
And to be very respectful of everyone's time, we are actually over now. So you are more than welcome to jump off, but please just email us if you have questions. We are happy to help. It looks like, John, I might have fixed your situation. I'm more than happy to stay on with you if you want, or I'm also more than happy to meet with you next week and we can get this set up to you.
And I'll stop recording.
All right.